The chief examiner's report says two things about scales that look like a contradiction. In one place, candidates were unable to apply the given vertical scale. In another, candidates could not select their own scales for the cross profile, given their own. Two opposite failures on the same scale. They are not opposite at all. They are one mistake, and it happens before you draw a single line. Let me show you. Two quotes from the chief examiner's report, and they look like they contradict each other. The first, majority of the candidates were unable to apply the given vertical scale to construct the divergent bar graph. The second, most candidates could not select their own scales for the cross profile. Two opposite complaints about the same skill, and another report puts it even more sharply. Candidates could not apply the use of scales provided for them. Instead, they adopted their own scales. That is not a contradiction. That is a single mistake. Not reading which kind of scale the question asked for. Start with what we are actually drawing. A cross profile, a cross section, is a slice through the land. Picture cutting the ground along a straight line between 2 points on the map and lifting the near half away, so you are looking at the cut face from the side. The map shows you the land from above. The profile shows you the same land from the side. That is all it is. A side view of the ground between A and B, built out of the contour lines because you cannot walk out there and look. A cross profile has two different scales on one drawing, and they do not come from the same place. The horizontal scale is the map's scale. It is fixed. You measure along the line from A to B on the sheet, and you transfer that length exactly. You never shrink it. You never stretch it to fit your paper. The vertical scale is height, and height is not printed on the map as a length. It is written on the contour lines as a value. So somebody has to decide how tall a meter of real ground is going to be drawn. Either the question decides that, or you do. So here is the trick, and it happens before you touch a ruler. Find the sentence in the question that mentions the vertical scale and read which word it uses. If it says, using the given vertical scale, or it simply prints one, given means obey. Use theirs, exactly, even if you dislike it. There are marks for applying it and none at all for improving on it. If it says using a suitable vertical scale, or says nothing about a vertical scale at all, then it is your job, and choosing a sensible one is itself worth marks. Given or suitable. One word. Circle it before you pick up your ruler. When the choice is yours, do not guess. Let the numbers choose. Look along the line and find the lowest contour you cross and the highest one you cross. Say the lowest is 100 meters and the highest is 600 meters. Your range is 500 meters. Now decide how much graph paper you can give to height. Say 10 centimeters. Divide the range by the space. 500 divided by 10. 50 meters to 1 centimeter. That is your vertical scale, and you did not really choose it. The scale picks itself the moment you know your range. It will not always divide neatly. Suppose your range is 700 meters and you still have 10 centimeters of paper. 700 divided by 10 is 70 meters to a centimeter. Do not use 70. You would spend the rest of the question doing arithmetic in sevens under time pressure, and you will make an error. Round to a number you can count in, 50 or 100. Take 100 meters to 1 centimeter. Your profile is now 7 centimeters tall instead of 10. Slightly smaller, completely accurate, and every contour lands on a line you can actually see on the graph paper. That is a good trade. Before a single dot goes on the paper, set the axes up properly. Draw the horizontal axis exactly the length of the line from A to B, measured off the map. Draw the vertical axis at the left-hand end of it. Then write the units on the axis, height in meters up the side, and write your vertical scale out in words next to it, 1 centimeter to 50 meters. The report is blunt about this. Unit measurements in the calculation of data were omitted to candidates' disadvantage. A number with no unit is not an answer, a moment of writing, and the examiner can now follow everything you did. Now getting the heights off the map. Lay the straight edge of a strip of paper along the line from A to B. Mark A at one end and B at the other. Then work along the strip and tick every time you cross a contour line, writing its height beside the tick. Tick the rivers too, and the roads and the railway and the edge of the settlement. You will need all of them in a minute, and you are not coming back to the map. 1 pass along the line. Everything you cross recorded in the order you crossed it. Transfer, then plot. Lay the strip along your horizontal axis, A on A and B on B, and mark every tick straight down onto the axis. Above each mark, put a dot at the height you wrote on the strip, measured against your vertical scale. Then join the dots, and this part matters, with a smooth curve, not a zigzag. Real hillsides are curved. A profile joined with straight rulered lines between the dots looks like a row of tents, and it tells the examiner you are plotting numbers rather than drawing land. Freehand, smooth, one continuous line from A to B. Here is the second trick, and it is a timing trick. Annotate as you cross, not after. The word annotated in the question is not decoration. It is where a large share of the marks live. The report names it directly. Majority of the candidates were not able to draw the annotated cross profile along the line A to B. One report even lists what was expected on such a profile: a river, a class 1 road, a gentle slope, a steep slope, a footpath, a railway line, a settlement. Each of those is a label with an arrow, placed where it happens along the line. If you wait until the drawing is finished, you will have forgotten half of them. And be careful what you are calling an annotation. A label names a thing. An annotation is a label with a reason attached. River is a label. River in a broad, flat-floored valley is an annotation. Slope is a label. Steep slope, contours crowded together here is an annotation. Those extra few words are where the examiner sees that you read the map instead of copying it. Arrow to the exact point on the curve. Short phrase. Never a full sentence. You do not have the space and you do not have the time. Now the question strong candidates ask and nobody answers. Why does my profile look like the Alps when the land is basically flat? Because the two scales are not the same, and that is deliberate. On a 1 to 50,000 sheet, 1 centimeter across the page is 500 meters of ground. But 1 centimeter up the page, on the scale we chose, is 50 meters. 500 divided by 50 is 10. Your drawing is 10 times taller than the truth. That is called vertical exaggeration. And without it, every West African profile would be a flat line across the page. Learn the phrase. If a question ever asks you to comment on the shape of your profile, that is your answer. Back to the other half of the complaint, the given vertical scale on a divergent bar graph. Divergent means the bars run both ways from a central line, gains above, losses below. So before anything else, the zero line goes in the middle of your space, not at the bottom of it. Now apply their scale exactly as printed. Say the question gives 1 centimeter to 20 units, e. A value of positive 60. How tall? 3 centimeters above the line, and a value of negative 40, 2 centimeters below it. No choosing, no rounding, no scale of your own. Divide by 20 and draw. 3 checks before you turn the page. and together they take under 1 minute. 1. Does the highest point of your curve match the highest contour you ticked? If you crossed 600 meters, your curve has to reach 600 on the axis. Check it against the map, not against your memory of drawing it. 2. Does your profile run the full width, A to B, with nothing dangling past either end? 3. Is every feature you ticked on the strip actually annotated on the drawing? A profile that fails one of those is still a drawing. It is just not the drawing they asked for. 4 ways a good profile scores nothing. 1. You were given a vertical scale and you used your own. The report names that one in plain words. 2. No units on the axis. 3. Dots joined with straight lines so the line looks like folded paper. 4. The profile is drawn and nothing at all is annotated, which, on a question with the word annotated printed in it, is the expensive one. Every one of those is a technique mistake. You could see the hill perfectly well. The whole routine, in order. Read the scale sentence. Given means obey, suitable means choose. If it is yours, range divided by the space you have, rounded to a number you can count in. Units on the axis. Paper strip along the line, tick everything you cross. Smooth curve. Annotate as you cross. The examiner has told us twice in opposite words that the scale is where this question is lost. From today, it is the part you are surest of. I am Mr. Ayitey. This is StudyRevise. See you in the next one.